Alright, what I got going here today is some baby back ribs. And I'm going to show you how to do them. I kind of contemplated on whether to do them in the oven or do them on the grill or do them both. So I figure everybody's got an oven. Let's start with that way. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to find this skin that's on the back. I think it's called silverback. If you stick a knife into it, you'll find it. And I may not do things the safest way. Kind of come up with your own way on that. But you'll see, once you pop a hole in it, it comes off relatively easy. Once you can get up under the skin. Usually not something you want done, but something that you need to do on this. And there's, you know, I'm sure I'll hear back on how much easier ways there are to do this, but for the most part, I found it's not too difficult. You just find the skin. And obviously, if you start down here, I don't know, somebody's taken a knife to these already and run down the back of it, so I don't know that it'll come off in one piece, but this is the biggest hassle. So as you're watching this going, I don't want to screw with that. Understand, once you can get this done, once you can get this off of here, pretty much the rest of it goes pretty easy. And this really isn't that bad. I sometimes make things look harder than they actually are. This is one of those cases here. So what we're going to do now is we got that off. I'm going to turn it back over. And what I want to do is I want to split this into three pieces. So find the edge of a bone about a third of the way through there. Right there you go. Cut this one there. Well, let's cut this one down here. Okay. So there you go. Now we got it in three pieces. Let me get the pan ready, because I'll show you what we'll do on that. Now I am starting this the night before, because it's a good idea to season them down and then let them sit in the refrigerator. But let me get the pan ready and I'll show you what we do after this. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some real hickory chips. That's probably too much. You don't need that much. Just going to sprinkle those down there in the bottom. And then I'm going to take some of this liquid pecan, liquid smoke. So we're going to have two flavors of wood going here. And I'm just going to sprinkle that down there in the bottom. And then, what I need to do is get a piece of tinfoil. Line this pan, and then you're going to do the same thing with all three of these. I'm just going to show you how to do one, but you're going to do the same thing with all three. Do both sides too. Put a little salt on them. A little pepper. A little onion powder. A little garlic. Oops, that's quite a bit of garlic. And I'm going to put some cayenne pepper. Again, that's quite a bit of cayenne pepper too. And then turn it over and do the same thing to this side of it. If you don't season both sides of it, believe it or not, when you get over that other side, you'll realize that you'll get a little meat or something off that other side, and you'll be like, boy, I wish I would have seasoned that other side. So go ahead and put your salt, your pepper, everything. If you don't, I mean, obviously you don't like garlic, you don't like onion, don't use it, but there you go. I'm trying not to get a ton on there. And then a little garlic. Alright, then once you get all three of these done, what you need to do is just wrap it up and set it in the refrigerator overnight. So I'm going to finish these other two up, get them seasoned, get this in the refrigerator, and then when I pull it out tomorrow, I'll show you what we do. Put it in the oven, cook it out, and they turn out. All right, so these ribs have been sitting in the refrigerator overnight. And uncover them. Barely making it in there. Alright, and we're going to get some sauce on them before we even put them in the oven. Now, I got the oven preheating to 250 degrees. And also, these have been sitting out for about 3 hours, just coming up to room temperature. So, let's slop up some barbecue sauce on that. Get the backside, too. Don't cheat it there. So, hoping I have enough barbecue sauce to make this happen. Like anything else, I've gotten into this and put 2-3 different kinds together. I put a little bullseye, a little Sweet Baby Ray's, a little ketchup, a little mustard, garlic, onion, hot sauce, trying to spread it out the best I can. So it's really not that complicated of a thing. It'll be alright, but it'd be nice to prepare a little better. And we're going to sauce these up again once they cook. But basically all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get these things covered real good in barbecue sauce the way that they are. And then I'm going to set them in the oven. We're going to let them sit in the oven, like I say, at 250 for about 3.5 hours. And then once we do that, then we'll kick on the broiler. We'll set them up there 5-6 minutes. Get the sauce, gooeyed up like barbecue sauce should be. And voila, we'll have some ribs that will be pretty good that you made in the house. Like I say, if you have a smoker, if you cook them out there, obviously putting a little smoke on them, natural smoke is the way to go. But for those of you that don't, and sometimes, like I say, you might want to have ribs in December. If you live up north or in Alaska or something like that, well, you know, getting out on the grill doesn't sound like a good idea, but eating some ribs sure does. And this is a way to do them in the house, and get pretty good results. So we'll get that covered back up, sealed tight, and back in the oven for about 3.5 hours. When I pull them out, I'll bring you back and we'll see what they look like. Well, there you go, folks. That's how I do baby back ribs in the house. Like I say, you see right here, you can see right in here, it gets a little bit black up underneath that broiler. It took about 4.5 minutes. Just keep a close eye on it. You can start to smell it when it's getting close. You'll really start to smell the sugars burning and crystallizing or whatever it is they're doing. I'm no chemist, but anyhow, you'll be able to really start to smell it. The house smells great as it is, but then when that barbecue sauce gets to the right bubbling point, then it really starts to smell nice. So, hope you try it, hope you enjoy it, and, like I say, you don't have to be a king to eat like one, and I prove it. Have a good night. Thanks for joining me.